Hey there, welcome back. Maris here, and today we have finally Starfield full review. And yeah, this is the time that took me from zero to this point. I have played through, and let's discuss the first thing: what it means to full review. Full review includes what these 225 hours took to me is full story playthrough, every faction mission, every side quest. Of course, there's a lot of involvements from the mission board, all the activities that can possibly be there. As far as I can tell, there's at least 3 of them that are repeatable, so that doesn't count, like you can repeat it indefinitely. Outpost building, resource gathering, shipbuilding, what else? Manufacturing. All the star systems are revealed. Not every planet, but the systems themselves. What else? Yeah, everything that can be done was done until the point when I finished. Yeah, 175th is the level. Currently, you see this. Yeah, that's before the new game plus. And then one time, I ran through new game plus. Yeah, one full time, so it's the 3rd playthrough that I have different save. So this is the total time, and at this point I feel comfortable saying that's it. That's totally enough for you to experience, and that's the time that took me to make this full review. Warning, there will be, I have to talk a little bit about New Game Plus. That I'll leave for all the review at the total end. There will be another spoiler warning. All rest of it I will keep as it possibly can be. Of course, a little something, but I'm not going specifically spoiling anything, so I can review the game without any of that. New Game Plus involves a little bit inclusion of things, you know, that will be separate spoiler. So if you're thinking, well, that's a stupid job for Photoshop, I totally agree, but what if I told you that's not a Photoshop? I'm still standing there, Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is a photo mode, so it's pretty cool, and then I just thought it's cool to climb up, not just for funsies. Let me introduce to the best part of my videos and everything. Of course, we are talking about, this is my review guide, how I run through, and as the first topic that we will dissect all the game by the areas is graphics. This is, I found a way how to show you what graphics is, how it looks. Pretty cool. I have tuned down frame rates because otherwise I can't record the video anyways. I'll run through these points. You see at the side I have already marks and everything, so you see the score basically. Goes to 6.6, but there's a little but. There's one thing that basically makes this game rating a little bit suffer. This is cinematics. If you haven't played, there is no cinematics. There's like little cutscenes where, I don't know, you basically open a door and then someone turns to you and then it's dialogue options and all that. There is no cutscenes as such. Landings, taking up from the planets and starports, that's not a cutscene. It's repeatable all the time, and even the jumps, they're all the same. I don't count them as cinematics because this game could have pretty cool cinematics, some action, some, I don't know, stage shooting, I don't know, whatever. There is basically nothing. There's always just, yeah, play the game, that's it. And if we take away this one rating, because I'm not going to talk about that later on, as you can see, there's no cinematics. So if we ignore the fact there's no cinematics, you see the average immediately jumps to 7.2, which is quite good rating. If you didn't guess, 225 hours, this is the amount you can get when you like what you do. So if the game was really, really bad, I would ditch it, I don't know, 40, 50, 100 hours, and I'm like, enough of this. So the positive review is something you can expect. I will say it right away. But let me jump back one by one and I'll discuss pros and cons. That's how it goes. So I'm going to read and then I'm going to show. So for graphics, I'm saying the absolutely great is day-night cycle. Of course, you can sleep and wait. You can experience different settings in every single city, in every single planet, which is absolutely great. Lighting is the how you basically see when it's night, when it's not, how the sun is rising or setting. That's absolutely, the mood is amazing. Yeah, this is what I was expecting. I need to remove it. Good details, solid characters. Consider this is a game creation engine, but for two cons, I'm saying there is no official DLSS as of this point. Just yesterday released new update. There is no DLSS. They said they are going to implement, but hey, it's already launched and everyone already played through. So yeah, when else if not now? So, and the last con I had was the light. When the light is good, let me show you. Sorry, I'm already showing the bad version. So I'm looking at the sun directly, right? And now if you look at my character, that's what I mentioned, which is pretty cool. You see the details, you have the expressions, everything. It's kind of, it's not ideal, but it's good. It's good. That's for story-driven game where you have a lot of characters to interact, to talk, to have a dialogue and all that. It's cool, right? But when the light fucks up, and that's in dark areas, that's when you go in somewhere underground or something, they're basically, the light sometimes so much screws up. How much, you ask? Let me turn around. You see, it's daylight. It's literal daylight. And then basically something like this happens. It's sometimes they're like light, like no, you don't know what's there. Like, why not? You see the buildings in the back. Anyways, this is just to prove a point. I can give quite high rating. Let me just open up once again. 1 second. I still gave 8.5. You can argue up to 8, but it's in my opinion, it's pretty good. The planets, everything, the graphically speaking, with one huge caveat. I'm going to jump just right ahead for experience. I mentioned, mods. It is possible currently only with the mods, with unofficial DLSS in place. It's coming soon somewhere. Bethesda said we are working on this. Then everyone can enjoy, but well, at this point, this graphical base level with normal frame rates can be possible only with DLSS, which is through the mods it can be put in place. So that's regarding graphics. 8.5, someone might yell it's too high, but consider the rest of the games and other games, how poorly they run and how bad the result is. I'd say, keeping in mind the flying, the planets, the landing, the characters, everything regarding details. All right, okay, too much. Let's move on. We have music. For music, I will leave this screen on because mostly this is the text. You can read it through and just skip away. Timestamps always in a line, but anyways, for music, it's a nice background. It's always even now I have it running in the background. It's what we have in the game. And voice acting, of course, there's a lot of characters speaking involved and all that, so that is quite good level. And my biggest pros for music, why I gave also rating 8, is the basically highlight for power-ups, level ups. Whenever you achieve something, which usually is like you do something, you get the experience, and then you have the level up. That sound, they basically nail it down. And don't get me wrong, this is one moment, but you know, I am level 175, so I heard that amazing tune that I gained something quite a lot, and that is absolutely what I love. About the cons regarding music, there is literally a mod released a few days after, is to remove combat music. Whenever there's a combat happening, basically they're really intense, and it stays pretty long. It doesn't drop even when you kill the last enemy. It basically continues for a while and then drops off, which means if you are constantly and often or you can't find the last enemy to kill or whatnot, that intense music, I understand how others might be upset. That's why I mention it. I'm not going to ignore it's not a thing, but I still give 0.8 because, the fighting is intense and it should be intense. So intense music blasting you through and then pumping up your adrenaline, yeah, that's supposed to be, in my opinion. So you can rate it lower a little bit. I say it's nothing you can basically whine about regarding the music and voice and sound, in my opinion. It's not greatest, no more, no less. That's it. All right, cinematics already discussed. There's nothing for pros. Not going to consider the ship landing as a cinematic. No, especially when you realize you're doing that like 100 million gazillion bazillion times. Then you understand it's not cinematic. It's a repeatable little clippy that you absolutely want to cut out. So yeah, there is no cinematic. One, simple as that. Story. This is a story-driven game, and unfortunately and stupidly, I put only 5. Let's get to the good part. Is story itself is quite short, right? You basically can run it. What was that? 20-25 hours, and that's done. Considering how short games nowadays is, it's quite reasonable. But if you count in for the stories, faction stories, which basically is the side, not as a side mission. There are side missions like side missions, but faction stories, I would consider like this game consists of 4 or 5 stories main and then all the faction, which is absolutely amazing. You can experience a lot of story and involvement and traveling and revealing, and I'd say it's super cool. Not every game has that kind of level. Side stories, the same faction story. What was the Crimson Fleet? Yeah, I think everywhere everyone says this is even better than the main story. So yeah, that's that. Some interesting plot twists, I would say. I remember my brother was like calling me like, you played that mission? Because we got the rule about not spoiling. I'm like, no, not yet. I'm like, okay, when you play me, call me back because this bullshit. Why this? Like, he was like, no. And when I encountered, I'm like, okay, why they are putting this in this game? And then later on, and especially when the new game plus hits, I'm like, oh, so there is a kind of bigger arching involvement, whatnot. So there was a thing unexpected. That was a bit twist. There was a bit some things. It's not totally plain and stupid, I'd say. It's at the end, it got to me. Especially when counting New Game Plus in how they combined everything. I'm like, oh, that's why that's happening. I'm not going to spoil anything. So that, I'd say it's pretty well done. But why only 5 is relatively short stories. Every single one of them. Even the faction stories is like you run, if you dedicate and go one by one, it's okay, cool, something happened, and then nothing. Little to no impacts of choices. This is a role-playing game, and let's put it against the big guy, Baldur's Gate. There, if you choose something, then is drastically different outcome. I don't know, you enter a building or you enter some place, and if you choose one thing, everyone friends. If you choose another, okay, here you also can kill and that. But after like next step, you need to gain thing. Either you killed everyone, either you befriend them, either, I don't know, you married everyone and get the thing. Nothing seems like the matter. Like, there's one input, then you have kind of illusion of choice. Whatever you pick, it leads to the next point that is basically already scripted, and everything happens in one place. Of course, there's at the end, it shows like you befriended them, oh, you killed them, but the actual impact, there is none. And why even worse 5 points? I basically rethought everything, and if you consider what you have to do in these games, it's literally walking, talking simulator. It's okay, involve flying as well, but well, flying is just another load involved. So in at the end, yeah, there are 2 or 3 missions that health is a choice. You can also skip absolutely. Besides that, there is nothing. Even the same ship fighting, you can avoid and basically go through the whole game with little to no ship fighting if you wish to. So then it's just walk and talk, and talk a lot of talking. There's like roleplay game factor involved, of course, but I also mentioned in every other place is like, how on earth every single NPC you made, there is a choice where you ask and they will just lay out everything that happened in their life, like absolutely smallest details, how they arrived with the husband on the planet, I mean, like literally every single NPC has like the top line of dialogues is to proceed what you need to get from them, and the bottom 2 or 3 is like, how you like living here, and then like just go through some absolute non-game changing, not story changing, nothing, rant about what happened with them. First few hundred times it was like nice, I was going through them. Half rest of the game I just skipped and like, let's get over this because there's nothing, there's like so little. I just need to talk, walk, talk, walk, in between some shooting. So it's not, maybe I'm too harsh, fine, you agree. It's not bad, that's what, I don't know why I know why I don't feel like it's bad. But okay, let's go to the good part. Enough of me ranting. There is pacing, and oh boy, that's one of the highest, if not the highest rating I ever put. And almost never, I think never I have put 10, because 10 means nothing can beat it. It's absolute the pinnacle of, so it doesn't feel fair to just hand out 10s, but 9.5 is the pacing. There is one comment, one guy commented in my previous video, where one particular mission, if you don't do in a time, I don't remember because I probably did it right away without knowing, there is a timer. So it will fail if you don't do something. Of course, there's mission boards, of course, where also where you need to pick some random guys and deliver somewhere. There's a time limit, but the rest of the game, you do whatever you want. At any point, you can absolutely switch and think, okay, now I want to build outposts, and just go explore, gather materials, like pass hundreds of hours sitting waiting for traders to renew the what it's called, the inventory. Nothing. You are your own boss, literally. Like it, at the point where it's a bit funny, where something happens and you're like, oh no, I don't know, I'm bleeding, get me to the hospital. Then you can, I don't know, for 3 years do something absolutely different, and then just come back and like, okay, now let's go to the doctors. Like, that is amazing. This game does not push you in any shape or form. I probably should stop this turnings. You probably are already getting dizzy. Sorry for that. Yeah, so there is no con, there is no, I never felt the grinding, the level limit something. Of course, I also use the portal leveling as an option, but there's always a way or chance how to do. Never felt, even when I fought enemies that are like absolutely highest was 150 levels higher enemy than I had, which was a bit tough, but nothing can be handled with good old standing behind the cover and then going out shooting full magazine in the head, standing back. That was one hell of a fight. The rest of that, I died sometimes. You just load, there is no penalty or nothing. You don't need to go back and then grind 50 more levels to come back. Never ever experienced that. Maybe I did something wrong. Yeah, I played on hardest difficulty, which I switched and realized only around level 40, 50 something. Then like, oh no, highest difficulty gives you most epic enemies that give you better gear, so let's go to the hardest difficulty. So in my opinion, this is absolutely amazing. Every game should take an example, not push around your players, let them pace their game. This was absolutely amazing. Enjoyed, despite the fact stories could be a little longer and all. Okay. Moving on, there's a content. So regarding content, probably I need to go somewhere else. Let's put you this beautiful view. A lot of content, like in general, like the feeling at least, is that there is, I can open up and use the star map. There's plenty of everything. The planets, the cities, point of interest that is generated, and not only generated, but the specifics where you travel around the planets. If you reveal there is some point of interest, this is a little bit special. Then you just land, and then there's other randomly generated things. And quests, activities. You just run around the city and there's like, oh, talk to that Tom, stealing Tom, whatever. And that reveals to the next point, and then you pick a slide. There's a lot of things. I like the feeling of the content. Feeling is absolutely amazing. At one point it's like, holy cow, how can I do that? But then the con, regarding the content itself, here I don't want to not spoil, but let down. But for example, the same planets, the same exploration, a lot of that leads to the point to build your outpost, to build your base, gathering materials, leveling up your skills to unlock crafting and you know, such things. And it's, for example, the same shipbuilding and such things. Once you realize none of that actually matters as such, the outpost itself, build it once, then you realize how little of everything there is. Basically, it's like additional part of the game. It's not connected. Nothing of your story has an impact on it. Nothing will change. At the start, when I upgraded every single weapon, I intended to play for a while, and then the next, in the same New Game Plus and all that, you just like, oh, it plays such a little role. Of course it's cool if it's better or shooting armor piercing bullets or something, but it's, you know. So at that point you realize the content is huge, and when it starts to be repetitive and all that, it's not. I know. I wanted to maybe give it a higher rating, keeping the fact that I managed to pull off 225 hours. And you just such a pushy viewers, you know. It would be fair. I'm just rethinking how I feel about it, and of course we take in consideration what other games do. But I play a lot of games, and not every game has such a vast choice of, you know, doing things and points of interest and quests. A lot of quests. There's a lot of quests. At one point you're just like, which planet I'm going to swipe through, so it's at least something is cleared. Like otherwise you're just across the galaxy, everyone wants to do something, wants you to do something. So yeah, it's breathtaking. But yeah, when you realize, only when you go through New Game Plus and then you start skipping unnecessarily, like, and you don't need to, you realize Outpost is absolutely unnecessarily, that those upgrades is trivial. Ship fights are literally staged. 2 or 3 missions require your ship actually to be able to shoot something down. Then you're like, oh, that content is like pointless, unnecessarily, never requested DLC. Okay, you got the point. I hope. Game depth is another thing I'm quite not big fan of. As you can see, only rating 5. Why? Because, okay, the good part, there is talent tree, there is inventory crafting, there is your character improvements, like, you know, you have this kind of RPG element. But when you look at the points where everyone knows and at this point have seen the videos, what talents you need to pick. Pick this, you can pickpocket. Pick this, you can use jetpack. Pick this, you can start These are the five, 7 points that actually somewhat impact the thing. Rest of them is a little bit more health, a little bit more not stamina air, a little bit more damage, a little bit. All of them are a little bit, you know, those little bits where they do nothing. They kind of, you have so much things. For example, the huge talent tree, 175 level later, like, oh, the depth is really shallow, in my opinion. That's as far as I can go and tell. And that, yeah, I mentioned also previously, the content itself, like, chance for you to build outpost, great. That gives you a content for the game, that outpost. But once you realize that the depth of it is nothing, it's not integrated properly, the outpost, with material management, with looting. I will take an example from Fallout, but in Fallout, everything you picked up can be scrapped and then used as a material for base or weapon or something, you know? It combines what you do in one area, basically interacts with other area, and then the whole game feels like a whole. Here, it doesn't, this depth is not there. You can loot a lot of shit from the world. Most of it is absolutely useless. It's just garbage. So where you get materials, you can run around and try to pick from the planets, which is also a part of the game from exploration, or you can just jump in a trader and purchase everything like 5 times easier with little to no money. And then you can build outposts to gather minerals that is absolutely easier to still purchase. So no, it doesn't feel like when they built a game that was like I don't know, game world creators, then craft, someone responsible for crafting, then someone responsible for character development. There are 3 different teams, everyone built something and then try to glue it together so it's actually one game. That's why I gave only rating 5. The last, I never thought I'm going to use it as a bad point, but unlimited skill points, which means there is no limited points, you can pick every single talent point. Of course, it takes time and level, I don't know, 200-300 something to get all the points, but at that same time, it means every single playthrough, in a sense, will be the same. There is no incentive to leave out, I don't know, shipbuilder skill or something. Or this time I'm going to be, I don't know, a swordsman or a sniper, but not picking up health. Why not? You have unlimited chance of points, so you can have full health, full ranged damage, full melee damage, full crafting, full stealth, full, everything can and quite easily will be full. So at that point, this game depth somewhat bites back. That's one of the reasons why playing a new game plus versus just picking the start at the start, because new game plus, when I have 175 points, I picked every single talent point I possibly could ever want. New game plus, I got all that. I'm like, there's no more incentive to go for. There's nothing more. I don't know. That's why I put it in game depth. It will be more, let's say, challenging when you build the same, I don't know, sneaky archer build, but then there is a chance, okay, let's this time go other route. Here's like everything can be in the same playthrough, in the same game, the same everything, nothing. So I don't know, it doesn't feel deep. The difference from one to another just improves stealth a little bit, selling a little bit, talking a little bit. There's no Yeah, of course, there's no class or anything. The at the beginning of the game, I picked that I'm wanted. I have enemies time after time, bounty hunters trying to hunt me. The implementation of it was so shallow. The same afflictions you get in this game, they are so shallow and so not impacting anything that my tips and tricks video literally said just ignore them, just play the game, fuck it. That's how this game depth is not very deep, if you if you know what I mean. It is there. There is the feeling that the same. I need to mention weapon crafting. I need absolutely mention weapon crafting because once you unlock level 1, 2, 3, not only the weapon or anything, there's only one thing for every weapon to pick. There's only one better thing to do. There's like, compared to Fallout 4 and 76, when you can pick a ranged, let's call it a pistol, and interchange things and combine. There's also to get the highest boost of the damage, you always will pick the same armor piercing, the same long something, but there's a lot more choices, and here was like from 3 the scopes or something. Iron sight, stupid scope, or recon scope. Literally every single weapon from level 1 to level 175, it's all the same. It could be so much more depth, but there is not. That's okay. Again, ranting, okay. Last 3 points is a little bit better. Controls, okay, I don't know why I put 7, it doesn't feel like now, but okay. Simple colors, the controls, the same. I don't know how I feel about going with tab as a back, but hey, that's Creation Engine. At this point, so many games played from Bethesda, that's how I roll. But it would be unwise from my side if I'm not mentioning scanner and weapon, basically opening boxes. Literally, in the game there are 2 boxes. Basic box where there's medics in, ammo, credit, something. You can easily have a scanner out and pick them up. But when you turn to weapon box, there's of the same size, the same yellow box. You cannot open it because you have scanner out. You have to turn off the scanner, open the box, and then you can turn off the scanner on. And the same is for doors. This is what I'm talking. This scanner literally highlights the product, the things you can interact in the world. Anything and everything you can loot. Literally, whenever you are in some point of interest, you run around with this because you want to understand what you want to pick and how to identify the items. Trying to find a place where there's some items or something. Let's get in there. Must be there. So and every time you are. Yeah, you see, I see there's 3 items I can potentially loot. And if one of them is weapon box, you have to turn off, open the box, and then, like, it's under controls. It's one of the worst. And the same is for doors. You see, the doors you cannot open. You cannot, with the scanner, walk through the doors. So you have to turn off, and then, oh, now I can open. Who? Calm down, don't swear. Calm down, don't swear. So, I have to mention that for controls. And another thing is the galactic map. I don't think I can spoil a lot, but this thing, you see, it seems a little thing when you press enter or back out, zoom out, but this little animation, when you have for example, I'm here on the planet, I need to go somewhere. It's already a few loading screens in between. If you want to go fast way, let's go, I don't know, this is where my outpost is. You can't just drive there. You open, and then you open, and then it zooms, it takes time. Everything in this game takes so much time, like, feels like no one has ever played. And then you click on it, and then I can immediately land on it. But you know, once you go through 225 hours of your time, you start to realize how this could be instant, how you could, I don't know, give 1 foot away just to make it already there. Like, because you will be clicking this zoom in and out hundreds, if not thousands of times through your playthrough. How this is so stupid. Oh, welcome Earth. So it's unbelievable under controls who made this happen, this interface for this controls. And one more thing while I remember. You see how we have, oh no, now I lied, I haven't been here. So you see how, for example, when two planets are too close, even if I fully zoom in, it always brings up extra where you want to go. Do I need to point out from all these stupid stars? Sorry. From all these stupid stars, Alpha Centauri is one that basically you will be there going hundreds of times. It is put together with Toliman. So every single time there is extra click, and then no, not Toliman, Alpha. How freaking hard it would be to move this one stupid planet aside, just, you know, for little removing this inconvenience with every time clicking, which is not always clicking. You see, I'm not. Oh, now it works. Whoever decided that most used planet, that this not planet, the system where you will be traveling hundreds of times, has to be put together with something where you overlap, that literally have to be fired. And I don't mean like let off of the job, just fire. Okay. I said it. Yes, I said it. That's a joke. I'm not promoting violence, but it's mind-boggling how these stupid things like this is the end product. So now I feel like obliged to take 5 points away from these controls. But okay, that's one minor thing. The rest of that, screw you guys. Take that. Don't play with me. Because it is, the more I think of it, and especially the more you play of it, that will come out. Both of these things as absolutely garbage controls. Alright, I said it. Last 2 points, I think, at least my feeling was I'm giving a lot of points. I want to give 7 and 8, and it's about the gameplay. The gameplay itself is the cool as I can't talk anymore. Cool exploration aspect, because this game itself is, you know, you travel around. I just showed you. Do I need to show you again? This size of where you can go and explore and open up, and then you have so many planets where points of interest are shown with these 3 dots, and even without those dots you can go and, you know, land and explore and find the fauna, the flora. It's amazing. It's from game perspective, from you know, that exploration. This whole gameplay absolutely gives that. And then vast world, of course, and feeling like the game is good. That's, I said at the beginning, my opinion. I will advise you to get this game for a particular reason. How much it costs, and how much time you can sink in it. Either you like exploring, either you like shooting, either you like hoarding items and or building ships or building outposts. Whatever is your poison, it is in here. So anyways, that is what I really mean. It feels like a good game. Despite all the negatives, I have to point out, because this is a review, I think the gameplay itself, as someone mentioned, it's a Fallout in space. Yes, we want that. It's cool. So yeah, that's from the good part. It's from the gameplay perspective. What I don't like, gameplay itself, is randomized enemy levels. It's something weird because somewhat when you are low level, you will not encounter high level enemies in, you know, if you're not directly going in end game planets or something like that. It's like they are approximately around your range, but once I am super high level, I'm 175. The game somehow doesn't understand that. The fact that I'm 175 fifth level, absolutely best ship in the world, just for random boasting, just will show my beauty once again. This thing. Highest everything that you can put on the thing with the smallest possible size, not going for the size. It's everything there. It's just, you see, it's huge. Destroyer. 100. Where's my 145 is current save because I loaded back. But when I fly around with this ship, there will be bounty hunters level 4. I shit you not. Level 4 that like, hey, you have bounty on your head. I'm gonna take you down. I'm like, I can't even board his ship, the bounty hunter ship, because my one shoot will destroy shield, and if I try to destroy engine, it's just the ship is in shreds. And there's not one such 4 level guy. There's 2 of them, and they're like, I'm gonna take you down. Like at that point, this what I mentioned here, randomized levels, like absolute stupidly levels when. And that also happens when you're fighting enemies in some random generated base. Like, how hard is for the stupid creation engine to realize, oh, I'm a high level player. Maybe it would be absolutely stupid to put, I don't know, level 8 something that, I don't know, tries to attack me with a knife. With a knife. Anyways, that's, it feels so random. It feels so stupid. Just, yeah. And what I mentioned, failed building and crafting aspect. Yeah, that's I mentioned already previously. At the start, it feels great. The more you play through, and then at the end of first playthrough, you're like, oh, it's pretty garbage. You will find that point out yourself. I'm just saying it out loud. It's not living up to full potential because the depth is too small, too shallow. That's why 7, I think, is fair. The game feels good only when you play at a certain time. Then you're like, oh, at the end, this awesome ship I just showed, yeah, this in the background, it means little to nothing. It's cool I have it, but yeah. Anyways, that's why it's a little bit off-putting. An experience in total. So here, let me warn you once again, I will talk about New Game Plus. There I have to mention a few things which will be spoilers. Spoiler warning. Don't if you haven't already seen across all the videos that every single other outlet already put out the video about the game review, playing, I don't know, oh no, I played 40 hours, now I know everything. Yeah, okay. So, experience. In my opinion, why I want this game, and I will recommend it, how much variety you can do. I already basically mentioned this. Go nuts, shooting nuts, or silently killing nuts, or hoarding nuts, or exploring, or finding fauna, fighting ship battles, building outposts, picking up your skills, improving them, the little mini games you have to play through to unlock next ranks, main mission, faction mission, action, not action, but activities. They're called activities, like main mission, faction mission, board missions, and then activities. Like so many different levels of quests. What else? Exploring the cities. Even in the first city, when you start to look around, not everything is like super awesome. There will be a lot of NPCs that just, talk some nonsense, but once you start pickpocketing, for example, the guards, and then you realize they have quite amazing amount of ammo and all that, there's so many things you can do, and when you get bored of one thing, you can switch to another thing, which I did. Played. At one point, I'm like, I'm tired of these stupid activities. I'm like, okay, now let's check what's about this outpost. Then next 3 days, I'm literally finding the perfect place where I want to build my base, where I will connect other outposts and interlink, and then 3, 4, 5 days later, I'm like, okay, outpost, I'm tired. Let's jump to, yes, faction quest. So much of such choice gives this feeling like you are doing so many new things and you never get bored. That's why 225 hours, it's a lot. And I'm not going to lie, last, I don't know, 35, 40, 50 was rushing through. I already mentioned I wasn't stop talking every single line with every single NPC. Yes, I did that at the beginning. It felt good. And anyways, the experience. That's why, in my opinion, the experience, especially if you are curious about the things, you will have so much good time in this game. Even if you build your stupid ship, at the end you're like, okay, I have the best ship in the galaxy, but the building itself, the crafting, the finding materials, the talking, the guides, the finding, revealing that when you join a particular faction, they give something more. Even today, I read one of my comments. I have a video about the shields, and then one guy was like, "Hey, did you mention this one shield?" I'm looking at like, where the hell you get that? At this point, I probably missed one of the starts or somewhere, or just forgot to mention, but I went through every single one to just grasp the variety I can pick up from, and that's regarding basically every single ship component. So the area, they have basically this quantity of what the game throws at you, the planets, the choices of what you want to do, I don't know the same skill points that you can level up, the same randomly generated points of interest you can interact and shoot down bosses and get awesome things, That's amazing. Here, yeah, I will mention one thing that I'm not big fan, the cons part is it was so hard to adapt from Fallout, because the Fallout had this awesome thing where you pick up, I don't know, a rubber ball, and then you scrap it, you will have a rubber. That's a material that you can use. Here is exact same feeling. You see objects you can pick up, you can steal a lamp, you can steal a microscope. That was absolutely one of the best in all Fallout series, because Microsoft, when you scrap it, there will be screws, there will be a lot of useful components. Here, that microscope is shit. And my hoarding instincts, honestly, I see things, I pick things. And once you start to realize how this game is structured, it takes so much time that the first frustrations was with the inventory and everything. And then in the New Game Plus, I was literally just flying over everything, because I knew all the things I can pick are worthless. And that is something you have to adapt from Fallout. Where Fallout, every single thing you pick up from the ground, or someone's pocket, yes, you will become at one point my weapon, new improvement. In this game, this junk will be junk, forever junk, always junk. So that was really downside, because what we expected, of course they had to change, but that was too harsh. Okay, last 2 points, why I have mods and New Game Plus in pros and cons from my experience. Absolutely amazing that this game supports mods. Absolutely travesty that this game is shit without mods. Because, Bethesda creation engine. Remember I mentioned this absolutely ridiculous no, you deserve this. You deserve, my dear viewers. I'm gonna show you one of my absolutely most hated things, which I can't get this one mod working. And that one mod is when my ship is landing. There is a mod that basically removes this cutscene where it lands. It's not a cutscene. Oh, damn it, yeah. I loaded. My bad. My bad. I'm gonna pick up from the planet, which is again a loading screen, and then come back from this view. It should be the landing sequence. This drives me nuts because I, with the mods, removed every single bytes loading. Is it working now? I got my mod working? Can it be? Can it be? Please, 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 please. Yeah, well, now when I'm done with the game, awesome that I have this mod working. Yeah, let's try. And from planet to planet, that's also, it is shortened. There is time when it takes from planet. Let me just check. Yeah, this. You see, this could be already a loading screen or something, but they have this feeling like I have to show you how your ship moves because you have seen the ship. Battles. I'm not going to. Can I? I can't land, right? Because I am in the combat. Of course I am in the combat. And fast travel. I think it will be faster if I just kill them. Yeah, you see, even level 32, I have automatic guns. It's just doesn't matter. Not going to talk to you. I want to show you the landing sequence. Landing area? Should be. Because I tried to put a mod which is instant. No, nothing. So far it's working. Oh, because yeah, the game was updated, I think. And with the game update, I updated every single mod. I have it. Nice. Okay, obviously I will need to make a video where I'm showing you what mods you definitely want to have. So, then I can show you that mod as well, because it's finally working when I'm done with the game. Yeah, anyways. So, remember, there was already spoiler warning. So now, about the New Game Plus, there is one, not one, stupid idea floating around that you have to go through New Game Plus 10 times. That gives you some advantage, and then play whole game. And I saw it in some videos. I'm like, oh, okay, I will do another way around. I have whole game playthrough at the first time, and then plus 9 times I will go. I ran through one New Game Plus, and I was like, how about you go jump off the cliff, whoever decided or thought it's a good idea. So why New Game Plus is pro and con in both columns, because it is really good that there is an option. It's not like endgame and bams, you are thrown out and you just start new. There is a chance for you to jump back. Even more, they have this implemented idea where once you go through the storyline, still trying to avoid spoilers as much as I can, but I need to show you a little bit in a moment. So they have this ending of the story where they reveal what's going on, and then the New Game Plus, you come with new knowledge, not only like as a player, but also as a character in the game. You can approach a lot of dialogues and like say, hey, I already know what's happening, and boom, you have a different experience. So those two playthroughs I definitely advise to have. One as when you know nothing, your story game, and then the second time as second time, okay? But what gives this New Game Plus? What is this additional thing? So in the game, if you probably maybe already noticed, in the game later on you will have your improvements of your character. This is the spoiler area. So there will open up powers. 20 freaking 4 powers. I have collected all of them. Remember, this is my save game and I loaded just for having this video. So you collect 24 of them, and then if you look, I will find I have some of the not in this save, not in this time, but basically you can upgrade them. And I'm like, oh nice, they will change things. And everyone says like basically those 10 new game plus is for upgrading and having these all powers level up. Let me find this one stupid thing. I was like, first of all, you have no idea what changes when you upgrade. You already don't have full idea what's happening. There is a written text, and we have quite good knowledge altogether what this happens, but this gravity wave, when it's upgraded, when it will say gravity wave 2, how much improved damage, how much improved power, cost, you will see the reduction of cost and all such things. But let me tell you why this new game plus is shit. I picked this one, I don't remember if this is the same, but I tested it, and at that point I was like, wow. 45 power is required to launch this phase time. I received the upgrade, it showed me phase time to, for example, 2. I open up, I'm like, oh, now it costs 42. Yeah, 3 power points less. 3 power less. Which means at the level 10, it will be 30 less. So from 45 power needed, it will go down to 15. Is it cool? Maybe it's more powerful as well. There's a lot of guesses, and everyone says like, yeah, there's some adjustments, it does more something. It's so little change that going through the story again and again and again, and every time you need to go back and forth to Vladimir, and then he says, okay, there is one upgrade. Then loading screen, landing screen, running, you open up your stupid one upgrade that is little to nothing. Then you run back, fly back. Hey, Vladimir, oh, now go there. 1 by fucking 1. 24 times in this new game plus. Then you finish the story, and then you load next one, and again 24 times, 24 skills, upgrades, back and forth, loading screen, landing screen, loading screen, landing screen, talking, I mean, and repeat it 10 times. Did I ever told you what the definition of insanity is? Well, this is not even insanity. You do the same exact thing and you know nothing will change. It's not even insanity, it's stupidity, I guess. So anyways, if you are not convinced that this new game plus thing is shit, let me, I don't know, demonstrate a thing or two. I think I can. Can I? Yeah. So now I activated one of my powers. How? It is from the action bar. So it's not like every other game at this point where you have, I don't know, dedicated 1, 2, 3, 4, where you click and it immediately something happens. Like click 1, enable shield, click 2, cast fireball or whatever. Here you pick like a weapon, you know, I have a weapon, and then you select a skill and you have one dedicated button that basically enables that skill. You want another skill? First of all, you don't have this energy. You see this is blue bar. It fills up. It's really slow. Of course, if you have level 10, then you have reduced and you can cast 2 skills, which you select one, cast, select, cast. The game engine and controls, and I'd say even the gameplay, does not fully support quick switch and usability of those 20 freaking 4 skills. 20 freaking 4. I am gonna tell you right away, personal atmosphere, absolute game changer, yes, for running to those stupid temples. And another, I like this pre-recognition, where I know what the response of my human that I'm talking to will be. Basically, I know which choice to pick if I want to piss off, or if I don't want to piss off someone. Those are literally two main things I am using all the time. And then one was, yeah, also the sense stuff. So basically, wall hack. 3 those things I have assigned. I have 3 skills. 3, I'm going with 3. That's the highest I can go. Do I see any point or even gameplay reason to have 24 of them upgraded 10 times, which in total, just those who are poor with math, a 240 times to jump and run to that one stupid temple to pick 240 times in 10 playthroughs. Sorry guys, it's thank you for giving us New Game Plus, but this is like stupidest thing I have ever seen in my life. I mean, an idea that gamers will do that and want to do that 10 times? No, we don't. So, sorry, I removed everything, but I think that's the last talking point. As you can see, I'm still giving not level, but 8 points, because experience 225 hours later, not going New Game Plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 10. No. One playthrough, one New Game Plus. I've seen everything. Done. I'm done. And my rating at the end, 6.6. Let's count out cinematics, because they are not there, so there's no rating. Let's say 7.2. I think it's more than fair. Or 6.6. More down to the earth. But yeah, I said everything about the graphics, music, cinematics, story, pacing, content, game depth, controls, gameplay, experience. Experience at the end, and gameplay is the most important. How experience in total was. And yes, if you haven't noticed, I'll bring out the same screen. 225 hours. That's a lot. If you compare other games, barely can make 16, 20 hours and then you're done. You've seen everything. I'd say for 225 hours, a little bit frustration in between, but a lot of joy, a lot of fun, a lot of exploration, a lot of shooting, a lot of stories, a lot of companions going through their thing, whatever, which is a bit sometimes stupid. I'd say yes. Starfield, you managed to deliver the game that took how much of my time? Too much of my time. So I can recommend it. Of course, one last point, $70. It's steep. We know that games must cost only 60. We know the price went up in the world, in the last everything, but at the same time, technology is improved. You have a lot more tools, a lot more things that actually the cost is reduced. It's not like everything increased. So asking 70 for the game, we don't like it as a gamer, and I don't like it, and I stand for the rest of my gamer community. We don't like it. That being said, it's pretty hard to argue if you have so much awesome hours to go through in this game. Price per quality time for this game, it's good. I'm not even, of course, if you can wait and if you are willing to wait for when it's the discount drops, or the, I don't know, Christmas Christmas discount kicks in, you will be only winner. But you know, it's good. I liked 6.6, but I like the game. I was harsh on the points. If you disagree or think I didn't mention something that absolutely pissed you off, or you were super excited, let me know down in the comment section. I'm always open for discussion. I'm also jumping in other YouTubers' comment section, because hey, they sometimes say or do something absolutely I disagree. So yeah, no, I'm open for conversation. We are civilized here. Let's discuss everything. And oh boy, this video is too long. I need to shut up, and we'll meet in those other videos, shall we? Cheers.